Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Objection Celebrity Court Chatter. Good morning. I see Laura over there saying she needs more coffee. I do too. Irrelevant says, I've got so much coffee today already. Jealous. I just had my normal coffee. I wish I would have made another cup while I'm chatting it up with you guys. We have a great show for you guys today. We're doing a legal wrap up. I was a little bit cheeky with the thumbnail because Cardi B's a rapper. So it was like wrap up. I don't know. Trying to be funny. I don't know if it came off. If y'all noticed the joke on the thumbnail. Hey Dee Dee, how are you? Oh, Irrelevant says she's already had coffee because it's already 3. Okay, yeah, it's morning time over here. Thank you for stopping by at the beach. Good morning. So yeah, we have a legal wrap up because I'm only doing shows Monday through Thursdays. Thursday's kind of like the Friday wrap up, you know how most shows do. Wrap everything up on Fridays. This is kind of like our Friday here at the show because we won't be back until Monday. So we have a ton of celebrity court cases to go over today. Some really, really good tea. Obviously, Blake Lively is still in the chat. We do have Leanne Newton here. She's in the back. She's going to come in and out. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and start the show with Blake Lively. Let me get to the first here we go. Oops. All right, so we're going to Leanne's here at the beach. Oh, she's writing her thread, so she's kind of in the background, and she'll pop in when she can. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the Blake Lively situation. We have another media outlet that has reported on the case, which is Us Weekly. Yesterday, dropped Blake Lively accused of going after small content creators. And so it's talking about Cassidy O'Connell's letter. I got to get my cats out, y'all. Sorry about that. It's always some kind of technical difficulty real quick. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm like, I can never just stream. It's always something. Okay. She wrote a letter to the judge. And it just talks about Cassidy's motion to quash. On what legal basis were these subpoenas issued at this court? Was any evidence at all presented to validate them? Or is this just Lively free to submit just any subpoena to anyone that is not her fan? So they did a pretty good job about writing this article. It says, in a separate filing, Baldoni's lawyers revealed a series of alleged subpoenas Lively sent to various other content creators, which reportedly includes YouTuber Mackenzie Folks. And then it talks about how it asks for the credit card and bank number and all that. So this is what the rep said. And I guess I missed this in the Variety article. It was in there. And I missed it because I barely saw it yesterday. Subpoenas are not accusations of wrongdoing. They are tools for gathering admissible evidence in federal court. There is no silencing of content creators. They are obviously making their views known. This is an SH and retaliation lawsuit against Justin Baldoni and a number of other Wayfair defendants, and we are simply seeking information to aid in our fact gathering. Remember, Baldoni's Crisis PR's own words, to shield Justin Baldoni from the possibility that Blake Lively might publicly reveal that he SH'd her and others. That this was used to shield, like what? They planned an untraceable media campaign designed to bury Miss Lively. The rep added, the subpoenas to social media companies are one piece of the puzzle to connect the evidentiary dots of a campaign that was designed to leave no fingerprints. Okay, this is the whole untraceable thing. If it's designed to leave no fingerprints, there are no fingerprints, for one. For two, what? Like nobody is working with they're basically reaccusing the content creator. So here they say subpoenas are not accusations of wrongdoing, but then down here they're like, remember what he said about how it's an untraceable campaign, and this is just one piece of the puzzle to connect the evidentiary dots. Okay, if you're not accusing them of being part of the smear campaign, then how are they a piece of the puzzle to the evidentiary dots? Like, that just does not make sense. Circles around we go. Yes, exactly. Like, what is going on? So, yeah, so they tried to do some word salad. They tried to do some word salad on that statement, and it's just not believable. It's like on one paragraph they're saying one thing, and then the next one they're still accusing. So I believe they're still accusing content creators. We've got a couple of motions to quash that came in. Let me pull that up. If you're not following at Real Justice News, Justice for Baldoni, go ahead and give them a follow. They have a website where they're uploading all the dockets and everything. They haven't uploaded the motion to quashes yet, but I'm sure it'll probably happen today. Here they posted another motion to quash by Ashley Brianna Eve. And they say, I haven't read it yet, but I'm sure it's amazing. We'll comment more after I read them all. And then they have the link to Court Listener, which is where you can also read the docket. So you can find the motion to quash there by clicking that link. And we'll get into, so here's her motion to quash, Ashley's. And what I loved about hers is, for one, it includes Stephanie Jones. And I think she might be doing a read aloud or something. So I didn't want to read too much of it on the live. And I believe after my stream, I'm going to send y'all over to Bruce from Oregon. I think he comes on in a little bit, and I believe he might be reading it too. It says, this is the part that okay. So she proclaims to be a voice of woman and vowed to not stop speaking for us, while simultaneously causing lasting harm to woman after woman with her counsel and the court's assistance. I, as most of her victims, have done nothing wrong and do not deserve to unconstitutionally be stripped of my rights to suit her whims. And I love this part too, where she talks about the Van Sam subpoena. She's like, it says, Miss Lively and her law firm simply cannot be continually allowed to misuse the courts of New York as a revenge machine or a witch hunt against those who speak their opinions about her conduct as a public figure and a party to a public judicial proceeding. And then, the reporting of which is fiercely protected in the state of New York, as we've seen with former defendant, the New York Times, who was granted a stay of discovery, never having to produce a single document before the ultimate dismissal through this article and video. Though the article and video contained information entirely from the Van Zandt sham subpoena. So I love that Van Zandt sham. The Van Zandt sham. The Van Zandt sham subpoena. Because normally we call it the Van Sham. Sorry, y'all. I'm feeling cheeky this morning. The Van Zandt sham subpoena. So it says, being written months before any judicial proceeding was ever filed in court, and even admitted that it came from thousands of pages of emails and texts and not a judicial proceeding. I addressed this court with nothing like those claims being brought against me. My information is sought with no claim whatsoever. And that's what everybody wanted to know. Usually in the subpoenas, it's like, we're seeking this information because of this. And we saw that statement that said it was to connect evidentiary dots to some kind of smear campaign. It doesn't make any logical sense, right? So y'all give Ashley Brianna Eve a follow. Go read that motion to quash. It's really, really great. She brings up Stephanie Jones. I don't want to spoiler alert it, but she does bring up Stephanie Jones and the Stephanie Jones Leaks website. And if you go on her page, it's at Ashley Brianna Eve, if Laura can link it. If you go on her X, she also has a YouTube as well, so go subscribe to her channel. One of the things that we can do to fight back on the subpoenaed creators, to fight back on Blake Lively, is to support them, follow them, watch their content. All of that stuff really, really helps y'all. So if y'all can head over there. And so she posted as well, if you want more on Stephanie Jones, I got you. Check out these videos on my YouTube. So if you go to her X, She's got a couple videos of Stephanie Jones, which one of which I hadn't watched, and I think it was this one right here. Stephanie Jones holds clients hostage. So there's some pretty good videos there. Go check those out. And yeah, the motion to quashes are coming on. Leanne is working on her thread to with the motion to quash. So she's like, it's kind of a little crazy that that I'm threading up my own legal fight. And for us, it's even crazier because we've been working together since the beginning. So it's really, really crazy that she's now threading up her own thread.
You know, if I was really like working with Wayfarer, CJ would know about it.
Right? Or like, or
I would have told. I tell you everything. I would
or
have
they
told
would
you.
have subpoenaed me. We were both part of the the smear. But it's like, gosh, it's so crazy because oh, did you send me some links? Where did you send me links to?
To my Jolly. I'm doing Ashley's thread as well after this, which is also weird because I wrote that one too.
Was it on Telegram? Because or was it in the? I don't see the private chat. Where did you send me the links?
Oh, on Telegram.
Okay, let me go look. Oh, thank
I
you,
don't know how
ladies.
to use the private chat on this. Honestly, I keep getting lost.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's my next slide. How did you know, you little mind reader?
well,
I
I've
already
seen
have it
her.
up. I already have it up. I already have it up. Yeah, I saw that this
Yay,
morning. But
okay.
great minds think alike. Yeah, I'm gonna pull that one up next. Let me see. I'm trying to read the chat. Elizabeth says, "Thank you, ladies, for your time and supporting all content creators. This community stands with you." Of course, always. We have to
Always.
support each other. Why is Blake having Us Weekly release these articles? We all know she has them in their pocket. They don't publish anything without her approval, what she's up to. And see, this is where like Ashley's training really helps because I'll start reading something and I'll be like, oh, I like that's a really good article. But see, like in the Us Weekly article, I thought it was like, well, this is well written. And then towards the end, it's like, okay, maybe not. Maybe it's like, because by the end, it seems like they were smearing the content creators, like by including that quote. It's crazy. So we have to be very vigilant when we're reading stuff. And even the Variety article, Ken's, you guys go follow Ken's, Mackenzie. She made a really, really good video. I was supposed to have it up today, but I totally forgot about it. But go watch Ken's video on the Variety article. It's really good. She basically points out that they never brought up like all like the relevant stuff about the subpoenas. Like she's like, if they would have said, you know, that the subpoenas were like given out without any reasons or claims, like she said, basically they left a lot out on the content creator side, so it made the content creators look bad towards the end. So y'all go watch that video. It was a really good one. Good morning, Sean. Oh, that I'm just reading Laura, sorry. Yeah, so let me pull up the one that I had next, which is this comedian. So everybody has something to say about the subpoenas. It's Subpoena Gate, the motions to quash. This is a British comedian, and Leanne was saying he's pretty popular.
He's if I can just kind of just say, like, this guy is
Yeah, set
actually
it up.
he's
Set it up.
really really big. And I mean he's well loved in Britain. He's primarily a stand-up comedian. He is absolutely hilarious, I will say that. But he has been in some seriously big films. He's been in The Mummy. He's been in Notting Hill. He's been in Gladiator. He's been in Sex and the City. He's been in Shaun the Sheep, Mamma Mia. He's been in Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, you know, this is not just some, you know, oh, well, he's a comedian from the UK. He's actually quite a big reach in Hollywood.
Who was he in The Mummy? Was he the main character? Now I'm like curious.
He
I'm
was
like,
Warden Gad Hassan.
oh, okay. So he's an actor and comedian. Okay, okay.
I mean, he's not like the leading actor in these things, but you know, he's in them, and It's. I mean, he was in. He's in them. He's worked with some huge names, and this is a big deal actually to have him kind of weigh in on it and be so vocal against Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, and so supportive.
It's
This is what we need to get. If the mainstream media are not going to put this out there, we need people who are part of Hollywood to start calling this out.
Yeah, and that's really awesome that he's he made a post that kind of went viral a couple days ago, and then now he's making another post that we're going to get into right now. But go ahead and give him a follow. It's at omid9. It seems like he's touring and stuff. Maybe go check out his website, see what that's all about. I don't in overseas or what, but definitely we want to support the people who support us. So give him a follow. This is a thread. It says, to Blake Lively's lawyer, Ezra A. Hudson. So it's like an open letter to Hudson. You're underestimating the organic online army of real people. And yes, this right here, organic online army. You know what? More merch ideas, Laura. Organic online army of real people. With the camo background, and then just organic online army of real people.
Are we working on merch today?
Yeah, no, now everything is merch ideas. I'm like, oh my God, I love that. Organic online army of real people. Interested in the truth who will stand up against gross injustice. Issuing 60 subpoenas to silence online creators indicates censorship and bullying. Amen. Okay. The invasion of privacy of the content creators you have subpoenaed is not only appalling, doxing their home addresses, it is illegal. So he's saying, and this is a controversial thing with doxing. People, are like, well, what is doxing? Da, da, da. The reason why he's referring it to doxing is because eventually these addresses will be on legal paperwork. And yes, they can be redacted and all that stuff. But we've seen from these parties that not everything always gets redacted, especially addresses. We saw it with Jen Abel. We saw it with Steve Sarowitz. We saw it with I believe even Justin Baldoni at one point. His address was out there. So
it still is.
there's the one that you pointed out, which was their own legal office, which I'm sure everybody can just Google,
And Lauren's letter has got her, it's like it's a PO box address, thankfully. We thought ahead of that. But it didn't redact anything. And the same with Ashley. We, thought ahead, got a PO box, and the addresses are there to be seen. Like, and if that was their real addresses and real phone numbers, that's on a docket on one of the largest lawsuits currently ongoing.
So he's I'm not a bot. 55 says the comedian is also a Baha'i faith also. So not that it matters, but Blake could spin it differently. Well, that makes sense because the Baha'i, everyone in the Baha'i faith supports each other. So that would make sense why he would be, vocal, supporting Justin and the content creators. But I mean, let's look at his message here because it gets pretty deep. He says, there's already been violence in this case. The property of Wayfair co-chairman Steve Sarowitz was firebombed April 28th, and threats were made on the life of his daughters. This is very serious. And it's true because the Lively supporters are a little bit more unhinged than the Baldoni supporters, where they'll go, trying to find information. And we've seen it from, Nag and not actually Golden on TikTok. We've seen people trying to go dox Nag. We've seen people try to dox Leanne on Reddit. And there's so many of these Blake Lively supporters who want to go and like find these identities, and they go like super far. So there's no telling. And obviously all this is allegedly. Y'all see my little ticker down there, entertainment purposes. Don't sue me. But I did notice that the Lively supporters kind of go hard. And so it's a very real, serious thing. I mean, somebody was trying to look at Nag's son's school and stuff. So anyways, like Cassidy O'Connell, read the article, end of the thread. They will not be silenced. They will not be intimidated, and you will not bend the law to steal their personal information, their bank accounts, their home addresses, and their identities. these three women at Kiara Jade, Miss Leanne, look, you got the little British flag next to you.
I did. I was so excited.
Yes, there you are. Shout out to Leanne. And follow Leanne if y'all aren't following already. Give her a follow. We have Cassidy. Let's give her a follow as well if you're not following her at Cassidy OC. And she's got the US. And then Miss Ashley Brianna Eve, who we just mentioned, from
She's
Canada.
Canadian.
So it's, all these different countries bravely representing themselves have already served motions to quash in such a compelling fashion that if they were read out in court, Blake, Ryan, and everyone at your discredited law firm would have to pack up and leave the country. Blake Lively is a mother of 4 children, 5 if you count her morally ambiguous husband. So he's got a little bit of snark here. And even her own stupidity and narcissism doesn't deserve what's coming to her leave for them. Not that they deserve an ounce of our sympathy. He's like me. I'm an empath too. We were talking about that yesterday with the coworker, how I'm like super empathic. But yeah. Anyways, he ends by saying, "Do your job, Ezra. Settle this case now. And if you are being forced at gunpoint, DM me code help and I will alert the FBI." And so then it goes into the article. YouTuber hits back at Blake Lively, and it's from the Daily Mail, which was written way better than the Variety article. Really gave Cassidy a voice here. And this is the article where she says that if anything, this is a smear. This isn't a smear campaign because the only people that paid her was Ryan Reynolds through the Mint Mobile ads on her YouTube channel. So, yeah, he basically went hard for the creators and he made several good points, which, the address stuff is something that we went over the other day with Leanne. I believe on your stream, or maybe it might have been my stream, where you pulled up the 2 different motions. It was on your stream.
Yeah, it was on my stream, and I demonstrated that not only have they been careless with the information of other parties, such as the Jed Wallace medical information, Justin Baldoni's medical information, and various others. I even cited an example, and I pointed the judge to which docket numbers they were, where literally only 2 days apart. It's not even like there's time to forget. They had filed this motion over her location for her deposition, redacted the address for the deposition, which fine, I can understand that, and said, well, no, for security reasons, we need it to be here when, because I think that what the logic they were going with is normally it is the right of the law firm, i.e. the person, the law firm who has issued the subpoena, has noticed the deposition. So then logically people could guess it would either be, well, no, I don't think anyone really thought it would be in California. There is a New York law firm acting for Wayfair. I think people could have logically got to, it's going to be at Meester's. Mm-hmm. And I think that was their premise of, well, if we actually have it in our New York firm, people will be expecting that. But 2 days before, they had included the same emails unredacted. So I'm not quite sure what they were trying to hide, really. Yeah. It was stupid. It was really stupid. Because she must have been working on both of these things, in the similar time frame. So why would you put that out there knowing that, or at least having an idea that you're probably going to need to use it again the day after tomorrow, and you would be putting it in redacted? I don't understand that. I think it was incredibly stupid.
And they've been careless with the addresses from the very, very beginning of this. Yeah. Miley, good morning, Miley. Thanks for supporting. And then she's got the British flag. And I wanted to take a little bit of time because I just found out yesterday, I was telling Leanne that 13% of my YouTube viewers are from the UK. So thank y'all for tuning in from across the pond. Leanne was making fun of me saying it was because I said knickers. Oh, that was funny yesterday. I was like, are they knickers? Okay, so we're going to move on to the last thing on the Blake Lively case, which is someone else who has been supporting content creators through all this. and it's the king of snark himself. Oh, thank you. I'm not a bot. Thank you. This is my first full week of, sticking to the content creator schedule. Rainbow is listening from Canada, so I got some Canadian follow or listeners as well. I appreciate you, Rainbow. So the king of snark himself, Perez Hilton, has been supporting creators. I know fangirled when I saw he posted on our last video, Leanne, the Subpoena Serena one. He commented XOXO, like Gossip Girl. So I was like, and he posted this video yesterday. Saying Blake Lively has me afraid for my children's safety, so I pleaded with the Justin Baldoni judge. And so he goes, I'm just going to play a short clip because it's 9 minutes long, and I want you guys.
Just really quickly, just sort of make a point here, because I know he's quite dramatic and verges on the ridiculous, and I know it's deliberate as well. It's part of his kind of persona, and it's incredibly funny. But he makes a very good, serious point about the safety of his children. He's a very big content creator. He's very well known, and there is a very real risk there. So I think he actually did a really good job. I just want to say that.
Yeah. I'm only going to play a little snippet because I do want you guys to go over to his channel and support, the video and play it fully.
Is a very different video from me. There won't be any silly nicknames or jokes because there's nothing funny about this. Hello, my fam. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer, your #1 source for everything It Ends With Us saga, and proud father of 3 young children. My role as a parent is the most important job that I have. And this is very serious. As some of you might know, on Saturday, July 19th, I was served a subpoena by Blake Lively. Immediately, I went into action, filing a motion with Judge Lyman, who is overseeing the federal case in New York. That just hit the docket today, and I want to go over it with you all.
Incrediwear is the first wearable anti-inflammatory.
Yeah, I'm going to pay for premium.
Not only does it take away the inflammation.
I'm going to do that this weekend, I promise.
Dear Judge Lyman, please take notice that Mario Armando Lavandeira Jr., also known publicly as...
I love it, Mario. I know him as Mario from way, 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 way back in the day. So he's using his full legal name.
Perez Hilton hereby respectfully moves this court for an order to seal or redact any personal identifying information, including but not limited to my residential address, email address, and phone number from the public docket and my affidavits, declarations, or documents associated with attempted service of a subpoena or related proceedings in this matter. This motion is made on the following grounds. One, I am a public figure with a long-standing and widely recognized online presence and media platform. 2, the disclosure of my residential address poses a real and immediate threat to my personal safety and the safety of my family. 3, a review of the court's public docket shows that on July 18th, 2025, plaintiff's counsel submitted identifying information for a third party, Cynthia Barnes Slater, who had not yet been successfully served.
So it goes on. He's going to read all of it, but I do want you guys to go support him. But the reason why I wanted to bring this part of the video up is because it goes to what Omar was saying in that Omid. Sorry, I don't know why I called him Omar. I got Omar on my mind. Shout out to Omar. Omid was saying in his in his thread about, the addresses. And it's something that, Leanne has brought up, like we just talked about. And so, he really had concern for his safety. And Miley says here, he is all over Reddit. He seems to be legitimately concerned for his baby and his mom. And again, we saw Omid post that what happened to Steve Sarowitz was a very real thing, so we're going to stay tuned to Perez's channel and see what comes of that. Leanne went back on mute for a second. I'm sure she'll be back, hopefully.
Sorry, hello.
There she is. Oh, there you are. What did you think about Perez? I know you said that he did a really good job with it, but they're really legitimate concerns, right? Like it's not like people are like,
Exactly, and that's
they're having to
that's
go
what I
and get
think
PO boxes just to like protect their safety and spend money on a PO box.
You have to do this though, right? Because I've had a load of people say, well, they're only subpoenaing Google. What's the concern? Personally, they're not subpoenaing Google for Google's own information. It's for mine. It's for Perez's. It's for 43 people so far that we know of. I've got kids. I've got one that's extremely seriously unwell, needs round-the-clock care. Last thing I need, and this is why, I'm getting, oh, well, you need to prove you're a lawyer. And no, I don't. I don't need to prove anything to anyone. And especially now, my filing speaks for itself. But if I start giving out anything just to prove something, it's never going to be enough. They'll then use that to find something else and find something else. Exactly what we all think Blake Lively was going to do with subpoena. Yeah, on the surface, it looks like it's basic information, but that leads to another subpoena and another subpoena.
And a lot of the creators didn't know that they were going to have to like put their public address and their, real names and all that stuff when they filed in the court.
Yeah, exactly. So, and you do. Unfortunately, you do. That is part of these filings. Is if you're filing a legal document, it's a formal process. So yes, you have to be able to be identified. Otherwise, anyone would just send, crap to the docket.
Mm-hmm.
But and plus, sometimes a response might be needed. So they need to know, well, where do we contact this person? How do we respond to them? But also, I think I agree with him entirely, and he sounded very sincere. He's got a mum who relies upon him. He's got 3 children. Of course, these are real problems, and Blake Lively has cited these kind of concerns for her own safety, her children, her family, her businesses. Well, why is it that important when she talks about herself? But then she's quite happy to run roughshod over our concerns and our privacy and safety.
Yep, and it
keeps happening with the financial
stuff. No, you're fine. The financial stuff. Sorry, I was like, I had to prevent myself from interrupting. Sorry, because I'd be like wanting to say something. But the thought I had was when you were saying that was also the financial stuff. She didn't want to give up her finances, yet she wants access to y'all's bank accounts. So it seems like everything that concerns her that are possibly legitimate concerns, then it's not concerning for her when it's about other people. Really quick, Bruce from Oregon commented. He's making fun of my my non-premium. I am gonna get premium, y'all. I keep telling y'all I am. He says no Mint Mobile ads. YouTube is slacking today. I am gonna send everyone over to your channel, Bruce. If Laura can link his channel after my stream, because he's gonna start right after me. So I'll send people over there. Thank you, Bruce, for the support. I appreciate you.
Have you seen that the Mint Mobile ads have gone quite dark since all of this? Because people will see, right, that in the filings where we've collaborated and worked together on them, so that'd be mine, Cassidy, Ashley's, Ken's, and Lauren's is coming. We all make that point of, well, the only person we've been paid for in any sense of the word, out of all the parties and former parties here, is Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
And but since they've all hit the docket, we haven't seen Mint Mobile ads.
So can someone verify this? Someone in the chat has said to Cass that the judge has responded to Cassidy. Maybe no, I have not covered that. But I'm seeing the judge respond to a request to quash. I don't know if somebody can look that up.
No, I haven't seen it.
Laura,
Hold
maybe
on, I've got the docket in front of me.
on X or anything. But no, I don't know anything about that. So if y'all know anything more, let me know. Yeah, so thank you, Bruce, for the support. Girly C walked in a little earlier. I lost your comment, Girly, but thank you for being here this morning. Blake's brain was conditioned to one thing only, rules for thee, but not for me. Yes. Oh, they were only asking if it was or not. So it's okay. So they were just asking. So yeah, the motions to quash can be fought. I mean, obviously they get a chance to, respond to what the filings of the content creators. Irrelevant photons, we get Mint Bubbles ads here in NL. Where is NL? Where are you listening? Is that Netherlands? What is NL? I've never seen it once. Where are you from? Joe Abad, where are you listening to us? Is it New Orleans? I don't know. No, that's NL. Okay. Netherlands. Oh, look at that. The Netherlands. I got UK, I got Netherlands, Canada. I've gone internationally.
That's a giveaway. Well, I don't know if it's deliberate or not, but look, the sunflowers, Vincent van Gogh.
Oh, yes, it is. I didn't even notice. I didn't make the connection, I guess. Beautiful flowers there. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the Blake. We could go days and days talking about Blake. I mean, she's gonna give content for days because instead of just staying quiet, letting it play out legally, she brings in these content creators, and just keeps digging it deeper and deeper and deeper. So we're gonna get into the wrap up now of all the other celebrity court cases, and go ahead.
Just check keep a lookout for the threads that will be coming out today because
okay, yes, let's plug
I've spent extra time on the gifts.
Oh, we got a lot of followers from Netherlands. Okay, cool. I'm gonna check to see what percentage I have from Netherlands on my YouTube and see. Because I didn't check all the other ones. I just got so excited when I saw UK. I was like, it's Leanne's people. It's all her country. Yeah, Texas. We're almost our country. We are.
I represented my country.
What? Girlies from the Philippines? Y'all making me smile today. Because I was just thinking it's just, people here locally and, in the States and stuff. And that's cool that I've gone international. That's really, really cool. Yeah, so go check out Leanne's threads. She's the queen of threads. Again, it's still surreal to me that you're threading up your own.
I cannot tell you how weird it is. I don't know whether to be snarky with myself, critical with myself, or what. Oh, but I do start the thread with a bit of a clap back at our favorite resident male pro Blake Lively content creator, who's always snarking at pro Lively, snarking at pro Boldonis.
Oh,
so look out for that.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that today too. And then looking forward to any other. I laid down last night for my nightly reading. I did Ashley's motion to quash. Claudia from Portugal. Look at that. We have so many people from all around the world. That's really, really cool. That made my whole day. That's super cool. And Girly, I know a little bit of Tagalog. I can understand it. I can't speak it. But my best friend growing up was a Filipina. And I was over there and her mom was always talking to her. So I picked up a couple things. But yeah, that's pretty cool that I've gone international. Really, really cool. Thank you, Claudia, for joining us today. We're about to get into the wrap up. So this one just dropped hot off the press. This is hot tea. And part of the thumbnail, Cardi B was sued yesterday for assault and battery by women allegedly saying that she was hit in the viral mic throwing incident. So this one is going to be really crazy because Cardi B struck a woman with a microphone during her performance in Las Vegas 2 years ago. So this is from 2 years ago. The woman identified as Jane Doe claims in the lawsuit that the rapper had asked the audience at Dre's Bleach Club to throw water at her to help her cool off. Okay. She alleges that several people answered the pop star's request, but Cardi chucked the mic at her when she did it. So this is her on the stage, right? There she is dancing. rapping. And then this is the thumbnail one where she literally takes the microphone and pops the woman, like she throws the microphone at her. And there's another angle of it. So there's the cup that the girl had like basically thrown that had water in it. And then there's the mic in question. Exhibit B to the audience. Exhibit B, the microphone. As she's about to throw it, and then there's the microphone going flying. It says, shortly before Cardi lost her cool, she was seen in a video encouraging the crowd to splash water on her kitty, on her kitty. I don't know what to say. Yesterday on the stream, Christina, who's my other mod, I was asking her, I was like, what words are allowed to be said on YouTube or not? But yeah, her kitty. And then she said, ooh, that shit feels good. And told fans to splash her down. Seconds later, the woman who accused the hitmaker of assault threw a cup full of water at Cardi. After the mic was thrown, security escorted the woman out of the venue. Cardi later addressed the heated moment, saying, I don't want to look like that ghetto bee. I said splash my kitty, not my face, bitch. Can we say that word? I don't know. So she basically was mad because she wanted her region splashed, not her face. So, I mean, if you're throwing a cup of water, do you really have control of where it goes, especially if you're in a crowd? I don't know. What do y'all think, chat? Like, was this the girl's fault? Was this Cardi's fault? Is this going to be something that gets settled? Is it, do you guys think it's going to, go to trial? She going to have to pay her? Cardi hasn't shied away from calling out fans in the past. She's told fans to shut the F up before. And yeah, so let me check the chat and say, can you say coochie? I don't know. You might be able to say coochie. Coochie might be okay. Laura, you're my mod, so I don't know. I'm going to have to research. Because yesterday, Christina, I was like, is it okay to cuss? She was saying after 15 minutes, you can cuss. I love Bruce from Oregon. Oh my gosh, this is killing. That requires Major League Baseball. Oh, yes. So yeah, that's pretty funny. Let's see what else is in the. Oh, people are still talking about the commercials. Okay. But yeah, I love that from Bruce from Oregon. We got Rainbow just cracking up over here. But yeah, so oh, I didn't even realize I didn't add to the stage. I was showing y'all the pictures and I didn't even add to the stage. Let me go really quickly through the exhibits because I thought I was showing it and I wasn't. So there she is with the mic, y'all, pointing at her. And then this is another view where she's about to throw it at her. And this, you see the cup. Here's the girl. And then this is right before it's about to go. And then this is when she chucks the mic right there. She chucks it at her. And apparently it hit her on her head. But yeah, so those were the exhibits. Exhibit A, Exhibit B, Exhibit C. And there it goes. The mic went flying. So I think that it's not proportionate. Like she shouldn't have thrown a mic at a fan. That's my theory. I think it's probably going to settle. Cardi has the money. I'm sure she doesn't want to drag it out in court. I don't see a judge siding with Cardi, especially if it's on video that she was inciting people to throw water. And like Bruce from Oregon says, none of these are MLB baseball players with good aim. So the girl either has a bad aim or she honestly thinks Cardi's face and Gucci look the same. I cannot with y'all this morning. I love it. Okay. We're going to move into one rapper to another rapper, which is Lizzo, who wants to be dismissed from her meritless discrimination suit and calls her former wardrobe assistant a brazen liar. So Lizzo's lawyers seek full dismissal of the lawsuit. If y'all remember, this lawsuit included a bunch of stuff. It says Lizzo's legal team is pushing back against what they claim is meritless discrimination and wrongful termination. In court documents filed on July 18th, her lawyer, Martin Singer, we talked about him yesterday, remember? Marty Singer? He's also representing Kevin Costner. He's like the who's who in Hollywood. Like he's the guy to get. He mentored Brian Friedman. We talked about him. So now that I'm covering celebrity legal cases, I see the same names pop up. Claim that the plaintiff and former wardrobe assistant Aisha Daniels is a brazen liar, and asserting that she's disgruntled and has an inflated ego and is exacting personal vendettas against Lizzo, her production company, her wardrobe manager, Amanda Nomura, and her tour manager, Carlina Gugliotta. Singer also alleged that Daniels is not a victim of discrimination or harassment and that she has an unquenchable thirst for free publicity per the docs. As previously reported by People, the complaint was originally filed in September of 2023, alleging that they had made racist and fatphobic remarks and denied her medical care, leading to anxiety and PTSD. She also claimed that she experienced a culture of racism and bullying. And I believe that was the same filing where she said that like Lizzo was taking them out to strip clubs and stuff and doing things that they didn't want to do. In response to Friday's filing, attorney Ron Zambrano, and is it Ron Zambrano, the attorney that goes on Popcorn Planet?
Yes, it is. Yes,
It is.
Sorry. Can you hear me tapping at the keyboard?
Slightly, but it's not like
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was
okay.
muted.
Who is representing the plaintiff and is a partner in employment litigation chair at West Coast Employment Lawyers, shared a statement to People. We fully expect the defense to file a motion to dismiss. We also fully expect the judge to deny this motion. And we look forward to taking this case to trial and winning. So kudos to Ron, because I recognize him from Popcorn Planet. So yay in defending this assistant. This isn't the only person that has come out about Lizzo. There's other people that have also come out about her. So I don't know. When I read the lawsuit, it seemed like it was legit. I haven't done any more digging since the back and forth of, the filings. So I'll have to look more into it. The motion is meritless and the defense knows it. But their modus operandi is to treat all lawsuits as having no grounds to proceed by repeatedly blaming the victim. It won't work. So this is not the first time Lizzo's team has sought to dismiss Daniels' lawsuit. In December 2023, her lawyers filed a request and documents obtained by People at the time. Lizzo's attorney alleged that Daniels failed to perform the work that she was assigned and eventually just played hooky and refused to show up for work. A year later, in December 2024, a federal judge ruled that Lizzo herself could not be sued as an individual and dismissed all 7 causes of action against Lizzo and told Daniels to try again. So then that's when she filed against the Big Girl Touring Company. They asked for summary judgment in order to put an end to what they claimed is a meritless case. BGBT terminated Daniels because she could not work productively. She was inexperienced. She did not want to continue with the tour, and she failed to comply with safety regulations. Despite purportedly being traumatized by the alleged harassment, she offers no specific information to support her claims or a single witness or document to corroborate her absurd allegations. But I thought a couple of people from the tour all said the same thing. I thought there was more than one, or maybe this is a different lawsuit that I'm thinking about. Maybe she has more than one lawsuit. If the latest motion is denied, a jury trial is slated for later this year. So we'll keep y'all updated on that. Oh, so it is a different lawsuit, y'all. Okay, see, I'm mixing them up. There's so many lawsuits. This is not the same one. So, okay, I don't think I've read that one with the wardrobe stylist. Because this is the one that I've read, is the sexual harassment and assault lawsuits with the 3 former backup dancers. That's the one I'm thinking of. They claim that the Big Girl Touring treated the Black members of the dance team differently, and that she would take them to like strip clubs and stuff and make them touch boobs and all this, supposedly, allegedly. So yeah, and allegations where she was fat shaming them. And yeah, after the allegations, it says Lizzo got very paranoid and isolated and felt blindsided. I used to walk into Glam and be like, oh, let me tell you about this crazy shit that happened last night. I can't do that anymore. I pushed everyone away. I didn't even talk to my therapist. I wasn't open with anyone, even myself anymore. So, yeah, that's the Lizzo tea. So this must be a new one with the wardrobe. So she's got a couple lawsuits on her. Let's see what chat's up to. Lizzo with Jack Black in Mandalorian. That scene was so dumb. Yeah, it was pretty, but I love Jack Black. We're not gonna there be no Jack Black slander here. I really, really enjoy him in like School of Rock, and then he just did Minecraft. But yeah, it was a weird scene, and yeah, Lizzo as an actress was a choice for sure. Why are all these MSM talking about all these lawsuits except for Justin Valdones? No, they only talk about it when did you guys know Lizzo is in Mandalorian? They only talk about it when it's pro Blake or it, benefits Blake. The girl either had okay, that one the coochie one we already went through. Okay. Not my fault. Not your fault, CJ. You don't expect someone to be in more than one lawsuit. Well, it's a bunch of lawsuits, and I kind of thought in the beginning, I was like, wait, is this the same one? But because it's been years since the SH one, I like Jack Black, but not in Star Wars. Yeah, it was really like weird where he got put. Um, by the way, is Mandalorian coming back? Because it's like these seasons take forever. Um, Oh, she said, "Don't have an issue with Liz or Jack, but it doesn't belong in Star Wars." Yeah, no, for sure. That was like the weirdest scenes. Um, Claudia says it's because the Livelies did not feed them the content to publish. Yeah. Oh, hey, Joy. Joy in general just joined us. Okay, so we're gonna go from Lizzo into the latest on Tyler Perry. So we're talking about, work accusations. So we're going to go from one work accusation to the next. As you guys know, I did that night stream. It's when I was trying to do like the CJ after hour show, but if I'm going to do a morning show, I can't stay up super late. So then I ended up just doing like an 8 p.m. show for the crime channel. And then I just do all the celebrity tea in the mornings here. But I did do the CJ After Hours show one time, and that's when I covered Tyler Perry. So y'all go check out that video if y'all don't know this lawsuit. It's called Quid Pro Quo. And we talk about, this Tyler Perry lawsuit. It says the accuser breaks silence weeks after his $250 million sexual assault lawsuit. I couldn't stay silent anymore. So the Oval actor Derek Dickinson had broken his silence after accusing Hollywood filmmaker Tyler Perry of SA. I couldn't just let him get away with this. Everyone deserves to go to work and do their job without their boss trying to have sex with them. Can I say sex? I don't know if I can say sex. My goal is to help ensure that the next generation of actors and creatives don't have to choose between their dreams and their dignity. And so that's what we talk about in the Quid Pro Quo show is whether, are there people who are facilitating this? Because in this case, this guy in his filing, he kind of says that he did kind of stick around for the perks because he was waiting. He had a show that he had written and he was waiting for it to become a show. Like Tyler, I guess, had promised him he was going to help him. And then it wasn't until Tyler was like, we're not going to do your show, then he files the lawsuit and all that stuff. It was like he kind of hung in there, and it wasn't like, I'm not trying to shame him or anything, saying like, he would stay there, and put up with it. But it seems like from the filing, at least to me, that he was putting up with all of Tyler Perry's alleged, trying to put moves on him because he thought he might get something from it. And eventually in the show, in the Oval, he did end up getting a bigger role. He did end up getting signed for the next season. But it was this show that he wanted to do that he had written. They were going to do a pilot episode. And then later Tyler's like, you know what? It didn't work out. The network didn't pick it up. And then that's when he was like, okay, I'm done. So it's a really good show if y'all go watch it. And it was with Pam Entertainment, which is my next slide. We're going to feature her and her channel when we talk about Trump. But yeah, so Dixon claimed he was too afraid to come forward over fears of negative attention. This is why people, especially men, don't care to come forward. And I know Leanne was talking about remember Brandon Fraser and stuff yesterday, Leanne, about the men coming forward and how uncommon that is, because when they do, they get blackballed.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, so
he's made a great comeback.
Yeah, Brandon Fraser sure has. And so that's what he was saying. He's saying, like, I didn't want to come forward because I didn't want my name to be dragged or anything like that. So yeah, so he was just speaking out. It says there's always attempts to resolve these issues privately, but they never result in any type of change necessary to protect further victims. At the end of the day, my absolute fear is that he will be able to continue doing this without any major consequences. And that's another thing. It's like if people want to do it in order to get perks, are the people who do it for the perks, are they also responsible in like furthering this type of behavior in Hollywood? Those are the types of themes that we talk about and on that show is, are the people who do take the perks and who do end up, doing it to get further in their career, are they also responsible for enabling this type of behavior? And obviously this is all alleged. Tyler Perry says he's innocent, that, none of this happened, but we've had other accusers that haven't necessarily named Tyler, but have alluded to it being Tyler. He says, eventually I couldn't stay silent anymore. So we're going to keep an eye on this and see, where this goes. But yeah, this was like the newest update on it, where he actually spoke to the MSM, because before all we had to go by was his filing. And I do want to read the statement from Perry's attorney, Matthew Boyd. This is an individual who got close to Tyler Perry for what now appears to be nothing more than setting up this scam. But Tyler will not be shaking down, and we are confident these fabricated claims of harassment will fail. So yeah, look into that episode if you guys want to catch up on all the Tyler Perry stuff. We go do a really deep dive on that. And it featured Pam Entertainment TV, which you guys give her a follow if y'all can. This is one of my favorite creators. I call her Miss Pam. She was supposed to be on the show this morning, but I don't know if there was a mix up or what. She had told me send me the link and the time. So I don't know what ended up happening with that. But I do want to have her on the show. So give her a follow. It's Pam at Pam Entertain Me 1. And she's also on YouTube. And that's who I did the Tyler Perry show with. And she gives really great advice. I love watching her because at the end, she always like poses a question that makes you think, like something about yourself or like society. And she, she's the one that was, posing the question about, like how we have to teach the younger generation, about not trying to pursue like perks and things like that, and respecting your body and stuff like that. So I love her. She does pop culture news, movie reviews, reaction videos. She talks about hip hop, and she also does celebrity legal news. And that's the video that I had up next, which I don't know if it's gonna play because I just got a message that said my audio isn't playing. So can y'all tell me if y'all can hear this? Can y'all hear that? Can you guys hear it? The audio?
No.
Yes. For some reason, my audio isn't working. So I can't play the audio on here, but this is her video. Go check her out. Trump sues the Wall Street Journal. So that's the next one we're jumping into is Donald Trump is suing the Wall Street Journal because they printed that he was best friends with Epstein, and that he basically wrote him this message in code in like a birthday book where he was like, let me see if I can pull up the exact thing that he's saying. He's basically saying on July 17th, 2025, defendants Khadijah Safdar and Joseph Palazzo co-authored and published an article largely focused on President Trump that falsely claimed that he authored, drew, and signed a card to wish the late and utterly disgraced Jeffrey Epstein a happy 50th birthday. To attempt and explicitly link President Trump to Epstein, defendants Safdar and Palazzo falsely claim that the salacious language of the letter is contained within a hand-drawn naked woman, which was created with a heavy marker. Worse, defendants Safdar and Palazzolo represent as fact that President Trump drew the naked woman's breast and signed his name Donald below her waist, mimicking pubic hair. Perplexingly, however, the letter is a typewritten note styled as an imaginary conversation between Trump and Epstein, written in the third person. Indeed, defendants Safdar and Palazzolo provide a series of quotes from the non-existent letter, claiming that the letter was written in third person, beginning with the voiceover interluding a conversation, followed by I don't know if she puts the rest of it. But basically, if you guys want to get into this case, Miss Pam reads it on her live. It's about an hour long. But she goes through all the filings, go support her and deep dive into it. But yeah, the tea, I was like, he's suing the Wall Street Journal as the president of is our president going after the media? And we already know that from the New York Times lawsuit with the Baldoni stuff that it's not very easy to sue the media. So I'm like sat for this case. Yeah, Laura, if you can link Pam's. Oh yeah, you did. Thank you, Laura. Here's Pam's channel, Pam Entertainment TV. I'm telling you, I love her. She's great to listen to. I love listening to her while I cook and stuff. Have I covered Macron's lawsuit yet versus Candace? Came in late. We'll watch the replay after this live is done. That one is also bunkers. Must be why she hasn't been covering BL versus JB. I didn't see that he's suing her now. So he did end up suing her. That's crazy. Because I know he had written some letters of intent and all this stuff, but all she was asking for was like, just give me the proof that she's a woman. And that's all I'm asking for. And then he never did. So I don't know. That's going to be an interesting one to watch. Thank you, Joe. I'll bring that one up next week. Let's see what else. Oh, Leanne, Kirsty Flaw talked about your motion to quash in her video today. She said it was amazing. Yes. She's on mute again, but there you are.
And I am here again. I've just been told by some other people as well, like, oh, you got to watch this video. I was like, yeah, I will. I would absolutely will. I'm so excited because we have similar arguments. Because she's European, it's not exactly the same because obviously the Brexit and everything. So, but EU law still kind of mirrors. We still adopt the principles, and there's a lot of EU law still applicable in the UK. So we have similar arguments. So I mean, she is untouchable, like myself. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what she says. I don't know what's going on with whether she plans to do something or not. I think I saw Without a Crystal Ball say in one of her comments on her video that her, Janessa, and Shasti, their lawyers, are doing something jointly. So that would be interesting to read.
Who Janessa and Kirsty?
Without a Crystal Ball.
Oh, Without a Crystal Ball. Okay. Yeah, just joining Angels. Thank you, Angels. She was on my crime stream yesterday. Really good time last night, even though we were covering some harsh stuff with the Brian Koberger case. Thank you, Angels, for supporting me this morning. I know we were up late. It's saying who else? Laura, only her Justin videos. I watched about Candace Owens. Okay. Yeah, everyone's just talking about Candace. Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that Macron and Candace beef because it's been going on for a while. Joy says that case is going to be very interesting. Yeah, I'm super sad for that because they've been battling it out. So
I'll be covering that one as well when it does come because it's closer to my territory anyway. But I think personally, just from the legal perspective, there may be some issues for Candace a little bit, but in that, what evidence did she have? Like, I mean, I don't mean photos and kind of comparing. I'm talking, actual knowledge.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what comes out through that because we'll obviously learn a little bit more through their kind of discovery procedures and everything. Laura, sorry, I'm just so I was talking about Crystal Ball. Without Crystal Ball, her, Janessa, and Shasti, Without Crystal Ball mentioned yesterday in her comments on one of her videos that someone sent that the lawyers for the three of them are going to be filing something jointly. So that's coming.
Yeah. Okay. So, do they have to prove Brigitte was born with the coochie?
There has to be some kind of actual knowledge. Otherwise, you're just throwing out things that, you know, you don't know. And that's what defamation is. You know, I enjoyed I didn't follow it all, but I did enjoy the bits I saw. Like, I thought the investigative stuff from Candace Owens was actually she's always very thorough, and I appreciate that. But, you know, it's outright stating someone is a man unless you've got something that says this person is actually a man, not just that, you know, certain photos of a boy look very similar, then it could be in a bit of hot water here, but I do not know, and I'm not stating an opinion.
It'll be interesting if it goes the other way, and then it is
Yeah.
proven that Macron is
Exactly. No, definitely. Like that. I mean,
for sure.
yeah. I'm
Interesting.
looking forward to that.
We're gonna move into the Tony Robbins suit that just dropped. Do you guys know Tony Robbins, the motivational
Is that
speaker?
the guy with the the motivational speaker? What's he
He
being
sues
sued
over
for?
unauthorized AI chat. So interesting for y'all tech heads. I'm a tech head. So Yes Chat is a platform that has different bots that act as like different people. Like you can have the Larry David bot. So it says explore Jewish wisdom with the Larry David bot, or workshop horror stories with the Stephen King bot, or chat about criticism with the Roger Ebert bot. So there is a Tony Robbins bot in Yes Chat. And Tony Robbins, last night, I found out about this lawsuit. This article dropped from Variety, saying that he's accusing Yes Chat of hijacking his name and reputation for a series of bots on the site. Among them, Talk to Tony Robbins GPT, and Tony Robbins in Espanol. Robbins alleges that the unauthorized bots ingested his seminars and other copyrighted content and are essentially reselling it under his name, which he has trademarked. Yes Chat has various paid subscriptions ranging from $8 to $40 a month, with access to over 200,000 ChatGPT bots. The lawsuit alleges the bots are competing with Robbins' own authorized AI clone, which is available on his website for $99 a month. So he has his own AI clone that you can talk to. Brian Wolf, the attorney who filed the case, said it's the first lawsuit that he's aware of this kind. I don't know that there's been another situation where a public figure or celebrity has filed a claim against a GPT chatbot replica, where they've created a chatbot to mimic the persona of a well-known individual. And I've seen them where they'll do like celebrity ones where it'll be like Scarlett Johansson, kind of like the movie Her, where they'll like use the voice of the celebrity and your AI can talk as the voice. But I haven't played with Yes Chat before, but I'll definitely go and check them out and see, do some research for this case to see what it's about. They did not respond to Wolf's cease and desist letter. The companies behind it, InnoLeap and Mirrormuse, have also yet to respond to the lawsuit, which was filed in federal court on June 26th. So we're just knowing about it. And it alleges federal trademark, false advertising claims, and they're seeking $10 million in damages. Other creators have filed numerous lawsuits over the unauthorized use of copyrighted material to train AI, and AI companies have had some success arguing that such training constitutes fair use. But Wolf says that this case is different. Those cases are different because they're mimicking and recreating a virtual persona of a well-known individual. That's like what I was trying to say. We represent innumerable celebrities and public figures, and we take pretty aggressive approach on behalf of these clients. So those other ones were just like impersonating them, and this one, I guess, is like actually trying to be them. So that's the difference. So yeah, let me pull up. Let's see, any comments? What's $99 a month? No, not Yes Chat. His proprietary bot. So he already has a Tony Robbins bot on his website. But Yes Chat is they're only $8 a month or $40 a month for the bigger package, and they have Tony Robbins bot. So that's where he's saying like, I already got my own bot. Yeah, so that's going to be a pretty interesting one. Yeah, to use Tony's official chatbot. I thought that's what I heard. Yeah, it's to use his official chatbot. Yeah, that's crazy. So that's the last one, and then we're gonna end with FKA Twigs. Our fellow attorney, Brian Friedman, from the Baldoni case, was also representing FKA Twigs against Shia LaBeouf. And it seems like FKA has dropped her lawsuit against him and is committed to forging a constructive path forward. And so, see, this is where I think this was the right move, okay? Because regardless of what happened, whether you're on FKA's side and you believe that, what happened, we know that Shia had taken some type of accountability, not necessarily saying he did it, but he did say that when he was abusing substances, he was an addict and that he hurt a lot of people and did a lot of things. And so it wasn't a complete confession, but he did say, that, he had done some pretty bad things to people. And since then, he has rehabilitated himself into the, he's become part of the Catholic Church. He did a movie called, it was about the priest Pio something. And so he kind of like tried to rehabilitate himself. He got married, had a kid. And so I believe this is a case where they were in a bad relationship. He had substance abuse issues. Yes, he did some things to her. She admitted that even being a celebrity, she couldn't get out of the situation, which that was my Roman Empire. I couldn't understand how she couldn't just get a ticket to leave. But I don't understand the concepts of the Stockholm and all that stuff. But she felt like he was imprisoning her and she couldn't leave. That was part of the accusation. So anyways, she requested to dismiss the complaint with prejudice, notes the court filing obtained by People. So it was with prejudice. So that means that she can't file it again. The previously scheduled trial, which was set to take place this September, pushed back from October 2024, has been vacated by the court. Twigs is committed to forging a constructive path forward, and we have agreed to settle our case out of court. So that was Brian Friedman, who is known for settlements. And that's what a lot of people were saying, that in this case, the reason why, it wasn't as successful with Brian Friedman in the front lines is because, Blake Lively's people were not backing down to settle, because normally he comes in like a bulldog and then, goes after, the other person, and they eventually settle. So Sean Hawley, who's another prominent attorney, was also representing her. While the details of the settlement will remain private, we wish each other personal happiness, professional success, and peace in the future. And so I'm glad, because, he already had his family and everything. And like I said, I felt like, there are redeemable qualities where if people were abusing substances, and he was also abusive to Mia Goth. Wait a second. Okay, Jen, I don't know about that. I didn't know that he was abusive was it when he was abusing substances? Yeah, I'm not sure, but I do know that he had a problem with substance abuse, and he has since been sober and, living his best life as far as I can tell. But no, I did not know that he was abusive to her as well. So I don't know. For me, I felt like this was good. She's not going to get everything get dragged in front of the media, like their story, her get holes put into her story or anything like that. And they both said they wished each other the best. So for me, I don't know, this is like what I wish Baldoni and Blake Lively had done, instead of dragging it out, bringing in content creators and all that stuff. I wish that they had, parted ways and there had been a settlement, because eventually, I mean, this is just a civil case. It's just about the money, but is it really about the money, or is it about, smearing Baldoni allegedly? Because the end game of all of this is she's going to get more money, but if she wins or whatever, or what is this wasn't like a criminal thing that she filed for assault or anything like that. When it's criminal, I feel differently about it. But anyways, I felt like this one had a happy ending regardless. She got her settlement. She didn't have to get dragged through court. He's moved on with his life. She's moved on with her life. It's been, 3-4 years. Yeah, it was since 2019. So it's been about four years. And they've both moved on since then. So if, like I said, if he's been rehabilitated, I wish them the best. And, I really wish that this is how the Baldoni Lively ended up. Not that he would have to pay her any settlement or anything like that, but that they could come to like some kind of conclusion where they're not, now dragging content creators. Well, it's actually her that's dragging them, but it just seems like it went too far. KB is also from the Philippines. Hey, KB. Ooh, I got a lot of Philippines. I'm gonna have to practice my Tagalog. Anyways, I appreciate y'all for being here. There's gonna be tons more on the Baldoni front, I'm sure. Leanne, I know she's on mute. I don't know if she can come back on real quick.
Hello.
Oh, there you are. Okay. We're wrapping up the show. Anything you want to say? Anything you want to plug?
No, but just, if everyone can just keep an eye out for various things like my threads and stuff, the usual stuff. I'm having a few days off YouTube though, other than coming in for your shows, but still doing another motion to compel with someone. So yeah, there's a lot coming. But yeah, just support my friend CJ, who has been my sister and my emotional support bunny and everything.
Emotional support bunny.
Yeah, and Lara is a rock star.
Yes.
We would all be lost without her.
Thank you, Laura. Look at her. She's my hype man too. We were joking about rapping. I'm like, you're the DJ Jazzy Jeff to my Fresh Prince, Laura.
And I do the Carlston dance.
You'll do the Carlton dance. Diana. Hey, Diana. Thanks for joining us. We're actually wrapping up. I want to send everybody to Bruce from Oregon's channel. He started at 9. So I went a little bit over. I just wanted to make sure that I covered everything. And no, thank you, Laura. And so thank you, Diane. Yeah, so go over to Bruce from Oregon. I will see you guys. I might not be streaming tonight. I was supposed to do the Smoothie Killer, James Craig case tonight on the Crime Channel, but I don't think I'm going to be streaming. If I do stream, it's going to be another Koberger stream because it's my Roman Empire with all the new evidence that just dropped. So if I do stream, it's going to maybe be Koberger, but I don't know. I might be taking a break tonight, and then I'll see you guys next week on Monday again for the Celebrity Court Chatter every morning, 8 a.m. CST. So I'll see you guys here. Thanks again for a great show, Leanne. Always a pleasure.
Thank you. I am going to run straight now. I won't
see you all Monday. Yep, me too. Take care.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.